I was in a mood.
Illustrations by me.
You know, you're not always going to hit a home run when it comes to art. You're not always going to score a goal. Whatever sports metaphor you want to use, that's not what it's about. Sometimes you're going to try and you're not going to do the greatest, but the most important thing is that you enjoy what you're doing. Today, I was in a little bit of a mood, and all I wanted to do is sit down, do a painting, rant a little bit, and just do something that I enjoy doing. And one of them and this is something brand new for me. I've never done this before, this type of painting, but well, no, that's not true. I've done something similar, but not this exact way, and I wanted to see how it was going to come out. So I wanted to do an abstract landscape, but I wanted to do it a little bit different with some of the extra lines and see if I put concentration on top and not on the bottom, does it really show that way? And it was just an experiment, but really I just wanted to sit back, relax, and do something and put enough detail in it. It was a little bit mindless. I was not paying attention to what I was doing. I was listening to some music, ranting in my own mind and figuring out what I was going to say in the video, and just painting and just relaxing. There's been a lot going on here lately, and I just needed that time to myself to just relax a little bit. Now, I know that you know what that's about, because I know all of you, once in a while, you just need some time to decompress and just art a little bit. So that's what I did. I turned it into a verb. I know. It's not a verb. Anyway, that's what I did. Let's get into the video and see what I did. So before I begin, I just want to thank all of you who used my Amazon affiliate links in the month of September. I was able to hit another bonus that month because of the shipped revenue, and that's new for me. That's only the second time I've been able to do that. And because of that, I'm adding an extra giveaway that I'll hold before the end of the year as a thank you to all of you. So I already have a couple planned, but I'm going to add another one just to say thank you for those of you who do that. And it will be a watercolor giveaway, so it will be announced later sometime in the next couple videos. I think I'm going to look at some watercolor palettes and maybe go through all of my watercolor palettes in a video and then announce that contest in that video. So anyway, you know, the other thing I want to mention about this is I know the big bad corporations are the evils of the world, but no one ever recognizes them for doing anything else. I was close to hitting that bonus, but I was still about $80 away from shipped revenue to hit that bonus. And if you don't know, that's how they do everything. They do everything by what ships, not by how many clicks you get or anything like that. It's all about what ships. And they sent me an email and they said, we know that you didn't hit your bonus target, but you were so close, we're going to give it to you anyway. And you never hear those kinds of stories because it goes against the narrative that all corporations are evil. But those stories do exist, and they exist probably for every big bad corporation that you hate. So I just wanted to point that out. I just wanted to say they deserve a little credit. They do try and help some of us little people. I don't have a lot of shipped revenue, I promise. But they do try and do a little bit extra to help us along as we're going through. So they do deserve some credit. I thought that was very nice of them to do something for me. You know, other companies, I know other companies that you come in $1 underneath and they'd be like, oh, nope, you missed it by $1. But they said, no, you're like under almost $100, about $80. But that's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll get you in anyway. That was very nice. I appreciate that. Now, just to clarify, that giveaway is going to be open to the majority of you, at least in North America, in the U.S., because, of course, I'm doing the shipping, so it has to be in the U.S. But it's not just the people who did something with Amazon. It's everyone. Don't worry. You'll get the details soon. Now, let me move on to this painting a little bit. So, the first one I did, I was going to stop. I did that first one. I was going to stop. Everything came out the way I wanted it to, and I said I was done. And then I turned around and said, you know what? I want to do a second one, and I want to do it kind of in a similar way, but the second type of painting that I did, I do those all the time. I do them quite well. I don't do all the time, but I do them frequently enough where you've probably seen one if you watch the channel for any length of time. I did take a different approach. I used the same approach as I did in the first one in that second one, and that is I only put the detail lines where in the main part of the piece. So if you notice in the first one, I put the detail lines only on the top. It's kind of like a landscape on the water, and I only put the details on top of the water to make that part stand out more, because everything underneath was supposed to be a little bit more hazy or faded, or not there. It's not the actual reality, it's just the reflection of the reality. So that's what I did there. And then I said, so I want to do that in the second one, and then I said, well, let me try doing this with this one. And I remember a while ago I was arguing with myself on whether or not I should add the detail lines or not add the detail lines, and most of you said, yes, I like when you add the detail lines. Go ahead and add all those lines to it. It makes it look interesting. So what I did was I said, okay, I'm going to only add the detail lines to the main section of the piece, and then I'm going to try and only add details in certain areas and leave a couple of little empty spots, kind of like a highlight. So wherever the ink is not the highlight, it's the shadow area. And then wherever I wanted to put a little highlight, I just didn't put in the lines and left the paint there. And I think I really like that. I was very unsure how I was going to feel about it. I didn't know, because I remember when I didn't put the lines in that time, it bothered me very much. But I didn't put any lines in that other one. This one, I just put most of the lines in, but not all of them. And I really enjoyed it. And in the background, I didn't put any of the lines. So I think I really enjoyed that. Let me know what you think, because I do care. I do take what you say into consideration when I'm making a video for you. So I always create the kind of art that I want to create, but that doesn't mean that other people don't have input, especially if that's our relationship. Our relationship is I create art, you watch it. So if you don't want to watch it, that would be dumb for me to create it. It just doesn't make sense. This is a bonding experience. You can't bond if someone's not bonding. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up here. I want to hear your opinion. I want to know what you think about that. Here's the thing that's absolutely crushing to my soul. I just found out that emojis aren't always good. Did you know that? I always use emojis in my replies to you. I didn't know that was not a good thing. Someone said, I think it was, there's a lot of people that send me some things, and once in a while I just do like a thumbs up or whatever, and apparently that's a bad thing. That's like poor etiquette, because you're basically saying, I'm not going to respond to what you're saying, I'm just going to throw you an emoji. But I never look at it that way. That's not how I intend it. So I hope people don't feel that way. But I did hear that that's something that is not good. Listen, I love emojis. If I would walk around and I would slap people on the forehead with the sticker of an emoji if I could. If I could bring that into the real world, that's exactly what I would do. But I know you're not supposed to do that. At least I know that that's not good etiquette. But I didn't know that it was a bad thing. Do you think it's a bad thing if someone just sends you an emoji? If you just put down like a big... And sometimes I respond very quickly to someone. I don't know if they get offended by that. They might go ahead and say, hey, and they write this like 3-4 paragraphs, and I just say, thank you. I appreciate you sharing that information with me. I appreciate you, or something like that. I hope they don't get frustrated that I just put out that little comment there. There's a lot of comments I have to answer, so I try to answer all of them with something. The only time I don't is on the contest giveaways when someone says, enter me. I just give them a thumb. I heart the comment. Sometimes I don't answer it, but that's because we're not engaging in a conversation. They want to be entered, and I enter them. That's all that is. So it's not like a conversation. But some people, they get very deep, and they like to explain a lot of things. And sometimes I'm just doing the smiley face or the, heart the comment with a little smiley face or something. I hope no one gets offended by that. Please don't get offended. But let me know if you do get offended. Or let me know if you even know that that's a thing, that people get upset about that. I have no idea. I don't ever take it that way. If someone does that to me, I just think it's, okay, that's how they respond. That's like, it's still a gesture. it's still something that it takes a second to find the right emoji, and a thumbs up is just as good as anything else. But I don't know. Maybe I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe I'm socially awkward in real life. So over the internet, it's a guarantee, because the internet itself is socially awkward, and that's definitely the truth. Speaking about being socially unacceptable, not just socially, but also illegal. Let me tell you what happened to me. So now I'm a good tipper. I like to tip people. And I do that freely, no problem. I have no problem doing it. I know tipping has gotten out of control in our society. I get it all. I understand everybody's conversation about that and their argument about that. I agree with you. I completely understand. But if it's not expected, whether it's expected or not, I really don't care. I like to tip people. It's just something I like to do. It gives someone a smile on their face. They have a good day. Anyway, okay. So we went to, I think it was a Smoothie King or something. It was one of those smoothie places. I don't want to disparage a company. That had nothing to do with the company. The place we went to is a place we go to all the time. I don't remember what the name of it is. But we go there all the time. And I get a strawberry gladiator thing with the protein powder, and I get the double strawberry, so it's just strawberries in it. Anyway, I like it. I think it's very good. Anyway, the point is, we're sitting there, my wife and we go there, and we go through the whole thing, and she sits there, and she gets the receipt back, and she's looking at it. And she said they added a tip on the thing. Now, we did not authorize that. We didn't say, hey, put a tip on the card. Just when they charged us and added their own tip, like a 10% tip. Now, not that that's a lot of money, but it doesn't matter. The point is, they added a tip without our authorization. So she looks at it, and the people come to the window, and they're like, yes, is something wrong? I'm like, yes, something is wrong. You added a tip. Oh, no, it just automatically comes up, but we just clear it out. No, you didn't clear it out. You put the 10% on the card. You charged it. And then the manager had to get involved, and he was like, oh, it's just, if it goes back on your card, it's going to be a problem. We'll just give you the cash. That's fine, but that's illegal. You can't do that. You can't charge someone a tip when they didn't authorize a tip. You can't do that. And because you don't sign those little... all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I don't know what it is, but you don't sign these receipts anymore. If you go to a drive-thru or you do a pickup, sometimes you don't have to sign the receipts. They just say, okay, here you go, and that's it. But the point is, you don't sign for it. They just hand you a receipt sometimes. You're not signing anymore. Usually when you sign, you have to double-check things. You look at it and you say, okay, yeah, this is what I'm signing for. Unless you're just one of those people that just takes it, signs it, and throws it back. That's on you. You're supposed to check the receipt before you sign it. But some people don't have you sign it anymore. They just throw you the receipt. So some people don't look at it. You got to look at it. If they start charging tips without you even authorizing a tip and you never said that, it's illegal. It's not good. They can't do that. So anyway, that happened, and I just thought that was interesting. It was just one of those things that it was a couple of people trying to get extra money out of someone who wasn't paying attention. The thing is, we pay attention, so they're not going to get anything extra. But who knows how many other people they charged? So that's not a good thing. So I just wanted to talk about it because I felt like talking about it. I know some of you are so angry just hearing that. You are frothing at the mouth. You're going to go check out your nearest store and see if they do that because you just want to freak out at somebody after hearing that. Some people are very passionate about things, and that's one, you're stealing from someone. I understand being passionate about that. I'd be passionate about it too, but we reported them to the manager. I'm sure they got in trouble for it. That's definitely not something you can do and keep your job if you continuously do it. They probably went through all their other receipts and things and see if they actually did that to other people and that kind of stuff. I'm sure they went through it. And if you do it more than one time, it's no longer an accident. You're doing that on purpose. And you end up getting fired, if not having charges brought against you for doing something like that. So yeah, I get it. It's a big deal. Well, I feel unburdened. I feel like I got a lot off my chest, and so that's wonderful. And you know who does tip These people popping up on the screen right here, they tip me every month. It's out of the goodness of their heart, and I don't even ask them, and I don't even put in a tip. They just do it. It's not really a tip. It's more like a donation, but I had to, you have to bring it together. When you're telling a story, if you don't bring it together, it's no longer a story. So thumb up the video if you would like to go to a place and find that someone did that to you and you would like to throw the receipt back at them and get the manager out there. It's an illegal action. You can't do that. Anyway, looking at this picture, these two pictures, let me know if you thought this was a good idea. I thought it was a good idea. I really like how these came out. I'm going to do some more of them in the future. I thoroughly enjoyed this painting, or both these paintings rather. And so on the left side of the screen here, the first one, you saw that little bit of that neurographic painting that I was doing. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is I enjoyed this one, so I feel unburdened. I am fully relaxed. That little rant, that just it got it off my chest. It just helped me relax wonderfully. Thank you for being a part of that, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. If you would like to join our community, go to illustrationsbypete.com. You can come in, you can put your own artwork on the site and promote it. You can find some inspiration in the free reference photos. You can just use them however you want in your artwork. You do not need to credit me. Or you can come into the forums and talk to some people and maybe give some advice and maybe find a little bit of information that helps you. So come check us out. All right, that's about it for me. I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.